remember as far back as 2006. I was on the team. I was doing well. Got taken off before half-time in a kind of final. Got dropped. And I remember going to John Morrison and saying, John, what can I do here? And John famously said, you're too fat on me. But that's a different story. But that was in his typical kind of John way. But he made me work on my turn. And it was, I know that sounds a bit silly, but I was already good at turning, but then he showed me how to turn my feet when I should be moving, turn and move the other way, that your 2 feet should be facing the same way, that you don't have to make a double movement with your foot, and all little things like that. And I just kind of learned how to move my feet, how I could move quicker. So if I was marking a Mark O'Shea, for example, who was just brilliant reader of the game, exceptional pace off the mark, and if I was slower than him and he was marking me from in front, I had to get him blind, so I had to get kind of turn. So I worked on my turn relentlessly. But then the other thing was, as I said to you, knowing where the ball was going to be before your opponent got it. I suppose everyone studies their opponent, as you were saying, on video analysis. So they say, how are your defender going to mark you? And you have to do that, but knowing what your own team are going to do. So if you have a girl or a fella coming up the field and they don't like kicking the ball, and you're 40 yards away from them, and you're moving for a kick pass, knowing that this person isn't going to kick the ball, you are ruining your movement. You're killing your movement. So sometimes you have to make a dummy run for that person so that when it gets to the kicker, that you're in a good position for the kicker. So it was just learning little kind of tricks like that, working on the turns, working on your short movement. And Tony McEntee, I said this in the book, Tony McEntee, in 2016, when I got back into the team, he said, you're winning great ball, but it's too far out on the sidelines. You need to do it, but they're 10 yards either side of the post. So then all of a sudden, I was in training, tried to do what I'm talking to you about there within the perimeter of the 2 posts. And all of a sudden, that brings you from maybe scoring a point or 2 points in a game to 3, 4, 5 points in a game, or getting 4 or 5 shots off, which made a massive difference for me kind of going into the latter bits of my career.